concerns you the most about the week one? It's a loss. I mean, and it's not an unexpected loss. It's not a terrible loss, but it's a loss.
Yeah, I just think it's concerning that they weren't able to finish the game. I don't know if that's a concerning thing or just a disappointment, but the fact that they were unable to kind of close the door and win this game when they really should have done it. And you look back to last year and there were some instances and it never cost them, but they kind of let Dallas get back in the game. They let Tennessee get back in a football game. Even Pittsburgh, to a certain extent in that playoff game, got a little bit closer than maybe you wanted it to get before the Browns really did put that game away. So I think to me that's the most concerning or at least disappointing thing is you had a 12-point lead on two separate occasions and you weren't able to hold on. And look, if you get to January and you've got a 12-point lead, you've got to win that game.
Let's keep in mind, roster is the fourth youngest in the NFL. So they brought in some veteran guys, but they're still a really, really, really young team. And I guess that kind of gives you the hope, I guess, that they can figure it out. They figure out what do we need to do to turn a 12-point lead into a win against one of the best teams in football.
Yeah, and if you're going to blow a lead like that, do it in week one. Week one is always overreaction week. So you want to do it now on September 12th and not on January 20th or whatever day they might play the Chiefs again, whether it's at Arrowhead or at First Energy. It's okay that they lost this game, but it's also okay to kind of look at it and be honest and say, you know what? They kind of blew this one. They should have won it. It's not going to derail their season or anything like that, but it's just sort of a note from this game that you had a chance to maybe go in there and pull the upset and you didn't do it.
And that kind of is that's the same way I think a lot of people felt after the playoff game against Kansas City a year ago. Opportunity lost. You had an opportunity to go out and do something, and so there's a need to kind of take that next step now.
Yeah, it's sort of that. I don't know if sense of urgency is the right phrase, but when you bring up that divisional game, as soon as Patrick Mahomes gets hurt, all of a sudden this doorway opened where you might have been able to even get to the Super Bowl, depending on what happened against Buffalo. It started to feel realistic, and you didn't take advantage of that opportunity. And those opportunities don't come along often in the NFL, even if you have a great roster. We see great rosters all the time. I mean, the NFL playoffs are a lot about luck and the bounces of a football. And so sometimes you've got to get that luck. So when those opportunities are there, you've got to take advantage of it. Again, this isn't one that's going to keep them from going to the Super Bowl this year, but it's just sort of a reminder. When you get into this situation in December and January, you've got to finish the job.